guys, and welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. Today I'm going to do a recipe that is loosely based around a goulash. I'm not going to say it's a goulash because it isn't, but it has a lot of ingredients and a lot of similarities to goulash. So I'm going to heat my pan up and I'm going to start with some garlic oil. Into that oil I'm going to put 800 grams of diced beef. Because this is going to cook in the slow cooker, after this you can get a cheaper cut because it'll cook down. What we're going to do now is sear the beef. My slow cooker is at the side here already heating up. So like I said, I'm just going to sear this and then we'll add bits in. Okay? Right, so now the beef has been browned. What I'm going to add to this is a couple of tablespoons of tomato puree. And it's split through the lid. That's just amazing. Never seen that before. Hey ho. So a couple of tablespoons of tomato puree. Also a couple of tablespoons of garlic puree, or 3 cloves of garlic. Well, 3 to 4 cloves I would say. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of ginger. I'm going to add in a couple of bay leaves. I'm going to add, this is chilli powder. I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon of chilli powder because I'm not that brave. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of marjoram. You do not have to put in everything I'm putting in. Don't go out and buy something, guys. Right, so what I'm going to add next is this. And it is Hungarian paprika, and it's the sweet pepper. So let's open this up, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this. So finally got it open, and I'm going with 2 tablespoons. This paprika, should you want to try this sweet one for yourself, is linked on my Amazon haul. If you would like to try it, there's a link for it in there. Because you do have to be careful when getting this, because they do have the options also for the extra hot, and if you're like me then you're not going to be able to eat that. So we've got them in, give it a good stir. And that's it. Now, what I'm going to add in is a little bit of plain flour, probably a couple of tablespoons, and this will be your thickener. And we're going to cook this out. Give this a minute or 2 to cook out. And I didn't even realise you'd steamed up. So we've put all the spices in, we'll put the flour in, cook that out, and I've just put in 500 mils of beef stock. To that I'm going to add passata, 500 grams. So 500 of passata. That's 1 pot, tub, container, carton, whatever you want to call it. Now into this I'm going to add, and this is what was left in my fridge, so you do not have to put in exactly the same thing. I've sliced up 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, 2 stalks of celery, 2 large carrots, just to a slightly thick slice, and then just chopped it in half. What else is there? And I had a bit of white cabbage left, so I'll just chop that up finally. So yeah, that's all I've got in there, and I'm going to chuck it into here. So besides your beef, this is a really good budget friendly meal. Using up what's already in your fridge. Yeah, you're not steaming up now, I've opened the door. Bloody thing. I'm not redoing it, guys, sorry. So what I'm going to do is give this a good stir. And I'm going to add a little bit more liquid. But just remember, don't add too much at this stage because the vegetables are going to cook down and vegetables contain a lot of water. I'm really surprised actually that it doesn't smell spicy. I live in hope for this one. So, I've turned the heat down to low. All I'm going to do is, now I've coated everything, is pop the lid on and let it go properly for 20 minutes. And then once that 20 minutes is up, we're going to put it into the slow cooker. Right guys, so this is done. This is already preheating. I do always use liners in my slow cooker because I just don't want to have to scrub it and clean it out for a week. So yeah, basically. So what I'm going to do, because this pan is far too big and far too hot for me to lift up, I'm going to scoop out what I can first. I think I forgot to say as well that there was some mushrooms in there. Chestnut mushrooms that I had left over. I threw them in as well. This is a 6 litre slow cooker, so it should hold this just fine. The potatoes, or you can have this with pasta or rice, mashed potato, boiled potatoes, whatever you want to have it with. I've diced up some small potatoes, probably about the size of these beef cubes, and all I'm going to do is roast those and have them on the side. Let's see if I can pour some in. Wouldn't recommend this with these heavy pans, guys. Don't do what I do. There we go. Pure impatience. And that's all it was. Thought I'd burn me air fryer then. There we go. It's all in. I'm just going to pop on top. Those. I'm going to pop the lid on. If you've got one of these slow cookers like mine, where it doesn't have a lid, a clip to close the lid on, then they do tend to lose heat through the lid. So I would just put tea towel over the top, just to stop that happening. And that's it, just leave it. Leave it in your slow cooker until you want it. I will show you it in a couple of hours, how it's getting on, and then dishing up. Okay. Hi guys, so this has been cooking all day. I've done nothing to it. I've stirred it a couple of times, removed the bay leaves and whatnot, and that is it. That's all I've done. So let's have a look. Oh, the meat's nice and tender. It's dropping to bits. I can see it is. So, I'll dish some of this up. Even though it's sweet pepper, it does have a bit of a kick to it. Oh, and about half an hour ago, so I'm just plating up here. About half an hour ago I did add, it's supposed to be a quarter of a, like a, not an American cup, but one of our mugs. A quarter of a mug of sour cream. We do not like sour cream, so I used natural yoghurt, half a cup, and thinned it down with a bit of milk, and added that slowly into this. So I'm hoping that takes a little bit of the spice out of it. If you don't like spice, this is not for you. I'm just hoping it's not too spicy for me. So I just did the potatoes in the air fryer, and that's what I'm dishing up. Just cook them until they're crispy. Because the rest of it's quite soft, you do want something with a bit of a different texture to it. So there. And potatoes. So let me see if the sauce cooled down a bit by adding that into it. With it saying sweet pepper, I was expecting not a lot of heat at all. It wasn't a lot of heat that I couldn't take it either, so. I would put it along the range of a mild to medium chili. Chili con carne, I mean. That's what I would put it as. I could eat it anyway, and I'm a wimp, so yeah. There we have my not so conventional goulash. I was going to name it a hodgepodge, but it is what it is. Most of the ingredients are what you would see in a goulash. I've just changed them about to suit my family. So there's no residual heat in my mouth, by the way. That's already passed, so that's a good thing for me. So again, there you have it, goulash. We've had it with small diced potatoes, but you can have it with rice, pasta, mashed potatoes, whatever you want to have it with. It's entirely up to you. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!